Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel, The Urban Gaia Lou. Today, I have a very special pick a card reading for you. I have messages from Kali Ma for you. And I have been personally working with Kali Ma for a little while now. And today, something came over me, and she was like, I have messages for someone else out there. And I was just like, okay, so here we are. So I'm definitely looking forward to this pick a card reading with Kalima. You don't know what you're gonna get, and I'm definitely curious and interested in what messages she has for all of us. Now, before we begin, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. My tarot readings do not serve to tell you what you should or should not do. In the end, you are the only one with the gavel, and only you know what is best for you. Let my readings serve you as a resource that you can timelessly access for insight you either may have forgotten or intuitive messages that you may have been receiving in your day-to-day life. Please keep in mind, however, that this is a general reading for the collective, so if something does not resonate with you, it may simply mean that it's not for you, or you may not be ready to hear the message. Please take only what resonates and leave the rest. Whew. That makes me feel so much better that I got that off my chest. Now, before we dive deep in your personal pile, I am going to go a little bit on Kali Ma's background. So if you want to skip that part, please head down to the description box. I put the timestamps there, and I'll catch you in your pile. However, for those that are interested in who Kali Ma is a Hindu goddess who is often regarded as the divine mother, the dark mother, the terrible mother, and even the wild mother. To some who judge by appearances, she can come off as fearsome and intimidating. But she is far from fear. She is compassionate and extremely protective. I like to think of her as someone who showers you with tough love, like the overbearing coach that makes you condition until your body feels like jelly and yells at you for just catching your breath for like 10 seconds. But it's during the conditioning phase that we learn to harness our strength. And sooner rather than later, through our continued perseverance to go through the conditioning process, our bodies become stronger rather than weaker. And as a result, we perform better than we would have when we first started before we conditioned. And that's because we let go of the pain and the complaining and focus instead on getting through the process. Kali Ma, especially if you're going through or wanting to go through a spiritual transformation, will ensure that you get to wherever you need to be without taking shortcuts. She will force you to divorce toxic patterns, people, lifestyles, even jobs, for your highest and greatest good. Like, if it's not for you, Kali Ma's gonna come through and she's gonna make sure that it's out of your life. She would make you face your pain, fears, and even shame. And please keep in mind, this is not to break you, but to free you. And this is not easy. There are no shortcuts. Again, let me repeat, there are no shortcuts when you're working with Kali Ma. She ensures that you are vibing on the highest of frequencies by surrounding you with genuine love, loyalty, and fairness, rather than holding on to what brings you down and makes you stagnant. She guides you to the path of righteousness, confidence, freedom, and definitely authenticity. She ensures that you not just become acquainted with your higher self, but that you become your higher self. So with that being said, at any point during the reading you feel triggered, just pause the video, ground yourself, and come back to it when you are ready. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, this is a timeless reading, so you come back when you feel like you're ready, or if this finds you when it does, hey, then this may be for you. Anyways, we're gonna get started. I'll be including a 60-second meditation for those that like to ground themselves listening to hertz frequencies like me. And I'll be placing river rocks on the piles for those of you that are more visual and like to pick your pile intuitively through objects placed on them. And I'll see you guys in your pile. On pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You chose this beautiful little river rock. Let's get started. First, we're going to begin with your tarot cards, and then we're going to move on to your oracle cards. So the very first card that you received was the 4 of Swords, upright. The Knight of Swords in reversed. And the Sun card, upright. Okay, so with the 4 of Swords here, immediately what's popping out to me is, what are you holding on to? For many in pile 1, I'm getting the feeling that you are in the path of healing. With this Knight of Swords here, looking at the 4 of Swords, you really are face to face with your fears, with your anxiety, with maybe painful memories. Like, you really are going down memory lane, and it can have you feeling overwhelmed, stuck, in pain. Keep in mind, however, that when you're going through or doing any kind of shadow work, the point is to heal, not to relive the pain. And I know it can be very difficult to not relive the pain. It's easier said than done. But you, Kalima, wants to tell you that it can and it will be done. The point is not to stay stuck and tie yourself, bind yourself up in these wounds, but to liberate yourself, to flow. You see in the Sun card, he's on this little, you're gonna come from me. I'm gonna say, you know, little boat. I know it's not a little boat, but let's just focus on the bigger picture here. He's much bigger than this, first of all, and he's flowing. You see the waters here? They're not crazy, they're not jagged, they're very smooth, very calm, and he is so strong. He's literally just comfortable in his own skin. He sees with this hawk, he sees all. He's very, how can I say it? He's very vigilant. He is guarded, but not guarded so it hinders him. This is someone who has gone through the pain, but not has looked at the pain as why me, and this always happens to me. You don't want to continue victimizing yourself. You want to acknowledge that it occurred and let it strengthen you. There are lessons always to be learned through our most happiest moments and even our most saddest moments. Everything always happens for a reason, and always for your benefit. Not to harm you. Things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you, for your highest and greatest good. Okay, and with this Knight of Swords here in reverse, his back is against the sun. He's not facing the sun. I mean, he does. Hey, you want to go to the Sun card. You want to be happy. You want your happily ever after. You want to be healed, and you want to do it fast, quick, because at the end of the day, you are a warrior. You are. You're very strong, very, and you have acquired your strength by learning to suppress those parts of you, learning to just, you know, lock it up and just don't open up that box again and move on in your life. But you also have come to the realization that in order to truly, authentically become your highest and greatest self, you have to face what you don't want to face. You have to face those fears. You have to face those painful, awful memories that you do not, at any point in your life, want to go through again, but sure as heck do not want to revisit. Because they're not just memories, they're scars on you. You wear them like a shield. And you allow those scars to shield you from others. Okay? But with this Knight of Swords here facing the beast, I would say, you are too focused on the pain and the suffering and the awful memories. You're not focused instead on the bigger picture. What has happened already happened for many of you. It has already happened. I feel like it has happened for many of my pile one. But again, you don't want to go running back into that darkness. You want to acknowledge the darkness and move forward. Okay, because this is where you want to be, but Kalima is also saying this is where you are destined to be. Okay, this is true strength. This is truly standing in your power. He's not bent over, slouched over anymore as he was here. Okay, I feel like with this card, it feels like carrying the baggage with you. Even though you know you have resources, and he has this steed here, he's going fast, he's a warrior, he's good, you know. He's so good. He has everything on the outside that he may need. But on the inside, it's this. Okay? Kalima is here to say it's time to let go of the facade, and it's time to step into your power. Okay? And I know you might be saying to yourself, well, when is it going to be over? You know, when am I going to get that happily ever after? The more you focus on that, you are distracting yourself from truly and authentically healing. And this can be either you healing through support groups, like through counseling, through your friends, or even independently, journal work, meditation, doing sound healing, cleansing. This doesn't have to be a independent solo adventure, but for many of us that I feel it is, because only you can face these demons. Nobody else can do it for you. No one. And I feel like the more people try to give you advice, the more frustrated you are, because I get the feeling of, well, what do they know anyways? You know, they make it seem like, hey, you know, let it go. But if they felt it, it wouldn't be that easy. I feel you. Trust me, I feel you. I feel it, and I feel ego. That power in those words is like so much anger. That's what's fueling you. But that anger comes from this pain. And strength does not come from anger. It does not come from aggression. It doesn't. You don't have to be aggressive and angry to let others know that you are a force that is not to be reckoned with. You don't have to do that. Your presence speaks for itself. When you are comfortable in your own skin, you know, it's like a lion, which is so interesting because Kalima rides a lion, but it's like a lion. When a lion comes into the room, it just has to just walk into the room. It doesn't have to roar. It doesn't have to bare its teeth for you to be afraid, for you to be like, whoa, there's a lion in the room. How the heck do I get out of here? Doesn't have to do anything. Its very presence speaks for itself. However, do not be fooled. When a lion starts, you know, roar and all of that, you already know what's up. Like, it would defend itself if it has to, when it feels it necessary. Or Obviously, it's a primal animal, its instincts, but we are not primal animals. We are not beasts. Okay? These horrible lessons, they are, beastly, and they do bring those sides of us, but we aren't. We are men. We're strong. Okay? And we are much bigger than our fears and our pains and our anxiety. Okay? For others of you, I feel like where in the past you were running from your pain, you're now ready to face your pain. That maybe on the outside looking in, people think that you have it all together, but it's because you've been very good at hiding it. But you took the mask off, and you are in the process of healing and transformation, true transformation. You don't want to live with this emptiness anymore. You want to be truly happy, and that's not by the things that you acquire. It's with the necessities of life. You see that there is no baggage, there is no extra thing. It's just is what it is. Let's look at some oracle cards here. Let's look at first messages from Kali Ma. You have number 9. I'm gonna butcher this, but I'm gonna try. Never mind. God. Yes, you got that. Skulls and sword. This already screams to me death, but death in a symbolic way, in terms of the ending of the old, this phase. You have that, and you have Kali Mahamaya. Wow, this is her. And this is her authentic self. This is such a beautiful card. I'm gonna get the messages from the book. So let me start with 4. Kali Mahamaya is Kali Ma, the spiritual truth beneath all appearances, the healing waiting to be discovered in all experiences. In harmony with your higher self, she manifests a path upon which you can best learn, heal, and grow. She is unclothed, symbolizing wild, unconditional authenticity. She is the empowerment to discard conditioning and judgments that we have worn. Cast off the fearful constraints others have imposed upon you. Connecting to your authentic being will attract healing, guidance, and divine grace to you now. Wow. That is such a beautiful message directly from Kali Ma. And she wields the holy sword of divine severance, empowering the soul in radical letting go. She instills the courage to bear the pain of loss and the wisdom to realize the secret blessing that can only arise when we embrace change. Where our strength of will may falter, she intervenes to ensure we do not sabotage our ultimate fulfillment and spiritual progress. She will not allow our souls to be ensnared in any kind of deception or trapped in fear. She is the liberator, and her sword clears the path, revealing truth. Okay. Again, it's intense. Her energy is extremely intense, but all with a purpose. Kali Ma does not do anything without a purpose. She's extremely strategic, and everything that she does is for a reason. So as we were stating before, with number 4 coming in, is literally you're getting rid of the illusions and you are stepping into your power. With number 9 coming in, I feel that maybe some of you have been grieving to maybe losing someone. This could have been a romantic partner, platonic, a job even, and you've maybe suffering that and asking like, what the heck are you gonna do now? And you know, you just keep on focusing on the loss rather than focusing on the blessing that loss may have given you. We know, whether we want to say it out loud or not, spiritually our soul knows what truly makes us happy and what doesn't make us happy. And Kali Ma is here to tell you that she's not gonna make you fake happy. She is going to make sure you're truly happy, and that sometimes means severing the bonds that we found it hardest to break free from because of X, Y, and Z. She doesn't care about X, Y, and Z. She only cares about that, no, this is not for you, and it was never for you. You know it's not for you, and that's it. Enough is enough. You have to, you are destined to be this, you're destined to do that, you're destined to be with this person, and that's what we're going to do, and we're gonna do that. So you're gonna cry now, you're gonna be angry now, but you're gonna see later. Let's get other cards. You got, where are you being called to journey to? How are you being called to step up and lead? How are you dimming your light? Sorry about that, you guys. My tripod was gradually sliding down as I was recording. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but yeah, I had to take a short intermission to fix that problem. But yeah, where was I? You also got, how are you dimming your light to fit in? So again, that's what we were talking about, taking off the mask. Also, Kali Ma is leading by example. And I think we also mentioned, yeah, how you're being called to step up and lead. And I don't know about you, but this image reminds me of a leader. In terms of stature, in terms of what's being worn, everything, it just screams leader. And you are, that tells me you're a natural born leader. You're not really stepping into your power, and Kali Ma is just like, time is now, boo. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. We also picked that up. You are in your way of transformation. Again, it's not easy. It's never supposed to be easy, but you will persevere, especially with Kali Ma on your side. Let's see. Let me see. I'm going to do these first. You also got basil. I am tired of it all is the trigger statement. And true statement, I find strength in my purpose. Please rest and know that in this stillness, you will find clarity around your purpose here. The need to cope will fall away as you find the question you are the answer to. Inspiration. And that's a beautiful message. So if you're also, again, struggling with like, what am I going to do now? or like, what's my purpose in life? What am I here to do? You need to let go of all of that and just rest, and it will come to you. Let's see, you also have lavender. No one understands me is a trigger statement. True statement, I ask for what I need. From a place of love, you need to stand up and speak your truth. What you wish for is what the universe wishes for you. And I think we picked that up earlier where we felt like, you know, like anger and aggression. This is coming from a place of love. Learning how to speak your truth. Again, you are a person with feelings and you matter too. And I get the feeling that in the past, your pain, from like the pain that you came from, you were made to feel like your feelings were irrelevant, like it didn't matter. And that's, you know, one of the wounds that you definitely have to work on. But Kali Ma is here to remind you that you don't have to be aggressive and angry and always ready to cut someone. Don't cut someone, but you know, you get the expression. To, you know, for people to hear you. You can speak out of place of love, because she's gonna make sure that she's gonna sever the bonds that they don't appreciate you. They make you feel like you aren't heard or you shouldn't be heard. They undervalue you. And she's gonna sever those bonds, those people, places, things, whatever it is that is making you feel like I gotta be loud and I gotta be aggressive to be heard, to be respected. She's taking care of that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do it, because doing that lowers your vibrational energy. It brings you to a state of lower vibration, negativity. And the point of this healing process is to vibe on a higher frequency, on your highest frequency. And sometimes, you know, when we are 2 steps forward, sometimes we feel like circumstances bring us 5 steps back. It happens to all of us. But Kali Ma is here to remind you that let her do what she needs to do, and you do and focus on what you need to do. Okay, we don't have to fight the world. And she's gonna surround you with authenticity, with true love. And you can relax and speak your truth from a space of love. And goodness. Yeah, you got, can you see that? Trigger statement, why are things such a struggle? I think we did pick up that. And true statement, I am in the flow. Take a breath, dear one, and allow yourself to feel the flow of life through you. Release your need to do and just be. That's interesting, and I feel like this, and it's so interesting because this is yellow and we got the sun card for you. This is a beautiful message. Let's get some self-care tips from Kali Ma. Soak in a bath. Sound healing. Music, again with the sound healing. So you can be someone that's clairaudience like me, and you love hertz, you love sound bowls, you love instruments, you might like love to see live bands even, and it's time to do that. You may not have done that in a while. I mean, hello, COVID kind of stopped all of that, but you know, even so, find a way to ground yourself and to clear your energy, rid your energy of all that heaviness. Abundance planning. And plan a vacation. Okay, so this could be, you know, Kalima saying like, get away. Get away. And that doesn't have to be somewhere far if you can. I mean, you know, you can just go to the park, go to the forest, go somewhere where you feel like you can just unwind, relax, bring a blanket. It doesn't have to be extravagant. Just clear your mind. And this can also, like, if sound healing, music. This doesn't have to be actual physical instruments. This can be easy, like listening to nature sounds, being in nature and listening to nature sounds. Abundance planning. Stop focusing on what you don't have. Start focusing on what you want and what you are going to have. Basically, this is abundance planning right here, baby. You have the Sun card right here. So let's start putting our energy into what really matters with this abundance planning. Soak in a bath. I love to do this. I do have a video on like clearing out your energy from negativity. I will post it on the description down below. But basically, like, this is a great way to cleanse yourself from negativity, from lower vibrational heavy energy, from your aura. I mean, water in itself is a natural healer. You add salt and, you know, surround yourself with crystals and candlelight and nice music, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a vibe. So yeah, so anyways, that's all that I'm seeing for my pile 1. I hope that this message did bring you peace, love, and clarity. I do hope to see you again soon, but until then, stay blessed and stay safe. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey group 2, and welcome to your reading. We're going to begin with your tarot cards, and then we're going to move on to your oracle cards and direct messages from Kalima herself. So we have, first card that we have for you is, I don't know if you can see it, the Hanged Man. Next one, 5 of Coins. The Devil in reversed. And 2 of Swords, also in reverse. Okay, so the very first impression that I'm getting from very many of you is feeling like you're not being supported by the divine, by the universe. Feel like with this Hangman here, you know, it's like this can be, again, many different things. This is what's coming through. A job that's lost, maybe a project that you thought was going to succeed and it didn't. It could be a relationship. Again, you fill in the blank. Not everything's going to resonate for everyone, but this definitely feels like when something happens, let me gather my thoughts. Something happens that was beyond your control, and I get the impression that many of you, instead of, you know, fighting it, you were just like, all right, this happened and it's okay because your faith is strong and it had to happen, basically, is what you were telling yourself. Everything's gonna be okay. God, universe, the divine, Kalima, you know, entities like Kalima, deities, I'm taking care of it. It's okay. And then I just feel like you've been waiting and waiting, and now you just feel like I'm out like in the cold. Like, how long am I gonna be waiting? I have darn freaking frostbite and I have this little candlelight to hold me down, but is it enough? How long can I live like this? Is what is coming through strong. How long can I live like this? Like, did you forget about me? Like, how about me? And whatever happens, it made you feel like you're not supported in any which way. But Kali Ma is here to tell you that this had to happen to liberate you. This had to happen to enlighten you. Because you might have been the kind of person that was stuck in this kind of routine, like you felt everything is as it should be and that's it. Like you felt like you made it. That's what's coming through. I feel like there's more to that. But I feel like you got into like this nonchalant attitude, and then boom, something hit you that you're just like, got you spinning. And at first, your nonchalantness is just like, it's okay. It's gonna figure itself out. And then it didn't. It didn't. And again, with Kali Ma, she is going to make shit happen in your life and continue to make shit happen until you get the message, until you realize what you need to realize in order to liberate yourself. That is Kali Ma. And with this Devil card here in reverse, I'm getting the sense where it's the process of you literally shedding your old skin to liberate yourself. These are not vices anymore, a lifestyle that's going to keep you stuck in this routine that's not really beneficial for your soul. I feel like the path that you are destined to go to, the path that she is pushing you to enter, is your higher calling. This also feels like with the Hangman here, as you can see in the surrounding, there's so much abundance, so much like, just material wealth. Even what she's wearing like gold, a gold chain. And then here is just like she went from having it all, feeling warm, maybe, some pain in her toes, but nothing she couldn't handle. And then you're just left with just this little itty bitty candle. And it's just like, I feel like someone here had to humble themselves. And it was done. That's what I feel like. You were the kind of person that felt like I needed this, I needed that, I need this, I need that, and I need her, and I need him, and I need this car, these clothes, these shoes, etc., etc. You fill in the blank. You realize that wasn't bringing you rainbows and butterflies and the sun. You still felt empty. You still felt cold. And that was because you were more, how do you say it, materialistic. Again, this is just some of you, not all of you, but this is what's coming through. But with the 5 of coins here, if you can see this big window here. And I don't know about you, but this always reminds me of like a cathedral. And so with her being so close to the church, I would call it a church, I feel like because you have been focusing too much on what you lack, okay, and the little that you do have, you're not focusing on the bigger picture here. This window is bigger than her. And she's not even looking at that. She's focusing on literally pain, the pain on her feet, pain on her fingers, focusing on the candlelight, making it last as long as she could, especially given the fact that it's snowing. But some things are beyond our control, and sometimes we just have to give in. And yeah, I hear you. I already did that. I gave in. How much more do I have to give? How much more do I have to wait? How much more? How much more? That's what's coming through. How much more? But what's coming through is what Kalima is saying, as long as it takes for you to really get the picture. That's what's coming through here. Heavy. Whew. It's intense. Sometimes when we surround ourselves with materialistic things, we blind ourselves from the most basic things that brings us the most joy. And once we realize that, that's where, as you can see, the devil card here, it's the snake is wrapped up in fire. And after this cold card, it's just so fitting, like, that's where the heat comes, you know, this enlightenment. When you realize that you don't need certain things to make you feel like you have a purpose in life. It seems like, especially given the fact that she's close to the church here, your path is of this, it's not a practical path. You may be an intuitive, you may be a light worker, you may be highly involved in some kind of spiritual endeavor. And you have to, even if you are a spiritual worker, let's just say you are, right? Even if you are a spiritual worker and you've reached a certain point in your spiritual journey where you feel like, oh, I've mastered this, I mastered that, Kalima is saying, no, you didn't. Because to be a spiritual worker is to know that you don't master anything, because you are human, and you are human first and foremost, and there's still so much more than you need to learn. So humble yourself. Yeah, you're good, but you can be better. But you need to humble yourself. You need to realize that it can all be, poof, taking it away. Don't take it for granted. So it's coming through. Go back to your roots. Remember who you were. That's what's coming through. And this with the Two of Swords here, with her arms crossed over her chest here, it's like, you know, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision here. And it's with, when you work with Kalima, some decisions that you make are painful. Are very, very painful. But it's just, again, so interesting that here you're trying to control this little itty bitty flame, and here there's a forest engulfed in flame, controlled fire. But then also here there's more fire. And as you can see, how interesting that the Hangman and the Two of Swords, I don't know, that's just juxtaposing these two images together. It just screams of, like, how much more the divine, Kalima, the universe, whatever it is that you want to call it, wants to give you so much more through this, like, much needed path of transformation. And it's not to, you know, punish you. It's not to guard you in any which way, because I feel like with the Two of Swords here, guarding her chest there, crossing her chest, is like, you know, you're protecting yourself from pain. Maybe you are also the kind of person that has been let down by people. Maybe you were surrounded by a whole bunch of people, and you realize that They weren't who you thought that they were. And you left out in the cold, maybe when you needed them most. You know, maybe when you expected them to be there, they weren't. And again, this is all for your highest and greatest good. There's certain people, certain situations, certain things that cannot come with us to the place that we are destined to go. We have to leave it behind, and it can be painful, because we grow attachments. But Kalima is saying, put your faith in me and you will see. That's what I'm picking up. Let's look at your oracle cards. Now I'm interested. You have 3 Kalatara. I'm so sorry if I butchered it, but oh man, look at this card. Look how beautiful this card is. Jeez. Wow. And I'm sorry, I just had to come here real quick. This reminds me of like the crescent moon. And you have a crescent moon here. I just wanna to bring that up. So you have number 3 and 18, Lalita Tripura Sundari. Another beautiful card, again with the 2s here. Let's see, I'm gonna get these messages from the book. See what Kalima has to say. First, number 3. She is not bound by appearances, opinions, or material limitations. She is both the void and the infinite creative potential that arises from it. Do not be afraid of uncertainty. If you feel you are without resources, take comfort now. Where there is lack, she restores abundance. She can bring forth exquisite blessings and glorious manifestation from the sacred expanse of nothingness. Your soul can rely upon her completely. Cast your fears away. Hers is the power of the universe, combined with the generosity of grace. Wow. So you're taken care of. Whatever it is that got you feeling out in the cold, like you've been really suffering and maybe having a hard time financially, you're taken care of. Call on Kalima and she takes care of you. Okay, with luminous grace, she plays her ways into our hearts, softening hardness and despair, awakening the remembrance of light, of love, of joy. No matter what you have experienced, your heart shall be cleansed and released from ugliness, sorrow, and pain. Negative karmic legacies will be cleared away. Our divine sister goddess invites you to recognize her golden, restorative beauty shining within your heart. Cultivate that which is worthy of such beauty, for this is your essential nature. Gracefully release all else with dignity. We did also touch up on you being here and destined to be part of this bigger plan, this divine spiritual plan. And if you are the kind of person that feels like, you know, you've been through more than the average person, this may have been like, you know, karmic cycles, and Kalima is here saying that look at you, you're out here breaking the karmic cycle, and you don't have to worry about being guarding your heart. You're still going to be able to love. That's such a beautiful message. You're not going to be hardened by your suffering, by your vices. Next, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. What I tell you. So there's a reason why you're going through this phase of, again, I call it phase in the most the humble way. Again, this is how it's coming through. It's a phase because it's not forever. And it's again, you see how these people here are just descending to like this higher place, and it's just like you were here, brought on this mission on this earth for a simple mission. That's to like, you have so much to give, and the only reason why you have so much to give is because you already know what it is to be without. You know that. And that kind of energy, you're like that, probably that friend in the group that's just like so nurturing, like the mother in the group, you know, always taking care of others. And Kalima's here saying that you're also taken care of. That's interesting. Whatever this, maybe you're thinking of something, the answer is no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. This may be a new job. Again, you fill in the blank where this is. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Interesting. So again, I felt this before, where I was picking up where you may be the individual that is destined to go down the path of not being practical. And again, if you felt like, you know, scared to do so and stuck, not knowing, you know, if you should or not, this card is asking you, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? If you knew you would have, it's like going on a vacation and all your stuff is paid for. Obviously you would go, right? I would. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? Interesting. Where are you being called to journey to? And it's so, again, like with these cards, these images, it's like a higher vibration. You're not your average, you know, basic being, if you get my drift. I don't know why that's coming through. It is. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Interesting. Again, you're vibing on a higher frequency. Your soul knows. Your soul knows. And are you listening is the question. Are you listening? Let go, let go, let go of fear. Starseed, what lights you up? You might be a starseed. Again, we did pick up that up earlier with you being someone spiritual, intuitive, unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Yep. Karmic lessons here. You are breaking them, releasing. Wow. You also have oregano, resonance. I am right is the trigger statement. I am right. True statement. I am open to the unknown. You are being shown what is destined in your life. Allow the beliefs that are not serving you to fall away and be open to your bright future. Interesting. Fire, anyone? Lighting things up. Your future is bright. Coriander. Trigger statement. This is the way it has always been done. Practical. True statement. I create my way. Unpractical. And that's the true statement for you. You are ready to fulfill your desires by thinking outside the box. The path less traveled may be more fulfilling. Ugh. I'm done. Next one, frankincense. Trigger statement, I am alone. True statement, I am one with all that is. Dear child, you are safe and loved as you continue on your journey of self-exploration. So we did say that earlier. And being so close to the cathedral here, you're not alone. You're very much, your angels, your spirit guides, your team, Kalima walks with you. And then you also have myrrh. Trigger statement, I am not supported. True statement, I move forward with divine grace. Take comfort and know that you are supported. Nurture your inner child and connect with the earth. And Kalima's self-care builds strength. This can be literal or figurative. Connect with your womb. So for my women, yoni cleansing, breathing exercises, and ground yourself. These are beautiful messages from Kali Ma, and I do hope that these messages have brought you some clarity, some love, some light. You are not alone. You are not alone, and I know you've been going through more than the average, but this is because you're on a double mission here. You're destined to live an unpractical life, but you have to stop being scared of being alone and just know that the universe has got your back. Because I get the feeling like this has been done before. You've done this before. And it's time. It's time to do it again. You're ready. You're ready. And Kali Ma has your back. Alright, pile 2. This is all that I'm seeing for your group. Once again, I do hope that this reading has brought you some clarity, love, and light. And I hope to see you again soon. And until next time, stay blessed and safe. See you later. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading. First, we're going to begin with your tarot cards, and then we're going to move on to your oracle cards. The very first tarot card that you received was the 6 of Wands. The Sun in reverse. And 5 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so for many of you, I feel like there was definitely a battle of words. Somewhere, sometime, some things were said, done, and you felt good about it. Whatever it is, you told people, person, again, fill in the blank in what fits, but what I'm feeling is that you felt like you were victorious in, you know, either saying to someone, you know, the truth, and, you know, but you were very blunt, hurtful even, and you felt good about it. You felt like, yeah, like maybe you were holding, you know, this in for a very long time, and they just caught you on a really off day, and you just let them have it. And we all have that. We do. And you felt at the time better about yourself. You really felt like good. You know, 6 of Wands is like victorious, coming from battle. And I definitely get that impression. But with the Sun card here in reverse, later on when ego settled and adrenaline settled, it didn't really make you feel good. It didn't. And whatever bond was severed, whatever connection was lost as a result of what was said and done, in the face of Six of Wands, it made you feel like, damn, I really did that, and I really said that, and now I can't take it back. Really, that's the vibe that I'm getting. Something was done, said, and it's over. I'm getting this feeling like it's over. And I get this feeling because the Sun card is facing the Six of Wands, but the Six of Wands, her back is turned to the Sun. So if this is a relationship, it's like somebody moved on as a result of whatever was said. And what was said was literally from your ego, no less. And you're there like stuck in the past because it has already happened. I'm getting that it has already happened and you can't move forward from it. Maybe it has you, you know, the Sun is all about happiness and like child's like play, and I just feel like you're the opposite of that. That's been blocked. I feel like very heavy depression energy from whatever connection was lost. Definitely. And I also feel with the Sun card in reverse here and looking to the Six of Wands, it's like it almost feels like if there is no, like some of you, there is no way that there is any kind of communication. But then there's others of you that I'm getting the sense where you're too afraid to communicate with this person or people or whatever the case is, because you feel so ashamed and embarrassed and guilty by what was done in, you know, when you felt victorious. It was a side of you that shocked even the heck out of you. But with this Five of Wands here, I get like in the future going forward, there is going to be more peace. There is not going to be no fighting because you have saw yourself at your worst. And as a result of that, you don't want to feel that way again. So you're in this, the Kali Ma is telling you like, all right, what happened, and it had to happen. You had to literally be that ugly part of yourself in order to realize that you aren't perfect either. So if you were telling another person about themselves, it's kind of Kali Ma is telling you now, well, I had to put a mirror in front of you because while you were too busy doing and saying this, that, and the third, you also had a lot to work on as well. You are probably the kind of person that thinks that they have it all together and, you know, thinks that they're top dog, and hey, I'm all for confidence, but there has to be a balance because too much of like, you know, of that, you just become a airhead. And that had to happen. That painful connection had to be lost in order for going forward, for you to appreciate and value and think before you speak. Think before you speak. That's what's coming through as well. Five of Wands is all about conflict and, you know, destruction, chaos, so many different points of views, but it's in reverse right now, and it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. But again, the Sun card is not facing the Five of Wands, even though you do, but you're kind of still stuck on the Six of Wands, whatever happened in the Six of Wands, that battle. You have to realize too, Kali Ma is coming through saying, In life, you're gonna have many battles. It's not about sometimes winning the battle, because you can win the battle literally, but at what cost? Like, at a certain point you have to ask yourself, I can destroy this person's ego and whatever, but at the same time I'm losing my dignity, morale, my self-control. That's not who I am. And that's what you're feeling right now. You let your ego take the best out of you, and as a result, you're just like down in the dumps. Rather you being the sun card and, you know, feeling strong and victorious, literally going forward, you're not. You're not. You're looking back at that moment. We can't rewind time. Whatever happened, happened. All that you can do now is going forward, just think before you speak. You do not want to react. You don't want to react. You can speak from a space of love. You can be heard from a space of love. Let's look at your oracle cards. First one, you have number 7, Takshina. You have 13, Yuga Shakti. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm butchering this. Don't come for me, please. And 39, Moksha of Kali. So I'm gonna get these meanings from the book. Okay, first one, number 7. Fear can undermine your confidence, erode your trust, and steal away the joy you take in living. The benign yet mighty Takshina Kali manifests to conquer fear and realign your mind and path toward peace and light. Make a sincere offering from your heart to her now, and you will receive her generous blessings and assistance. Open your heart with trust, for which is blessed and beautiful wants to manifest in your life. 13. Her timing is fierce with compassionate wisdom. To love her is to honor her greater knowing. She demands the surrender of our futile attempts to control that which is beyond our sphere of understanding, until that pain transforms into the sweet pleasure of release. Even the right thing can attain fruition at the wrong time. Trust her and be shown again and again that her divinely orchestrated workings of time serve you faithfully with love and grace. Yes. What's done is done. And it was done for you, not to you. And last one, number 39. Her passionate desire for your liberation is unflagging, and so your relief shall come swiftly. She is speaking to you from within. She is the voice of reassurance. Can you hear her? Trust her? Soon you will see things in a better light. You're going to be liberated from the struggle you are currently experiencing. Be true to yourself and your life path, and you will attract the way forward as obstacles disappear. Do not turn away, for you are destined to overcome all opposition, bringing your sacred path of fruition. Interesting. Okay. So again, with this sun card here in reverse, we touched a little bit about this, that you want to move forward. And this is Kali Ma saying that means intuitively, you know you need to move forward. You know, staying stuck in the past and thinking about this and letting this like basically deteriorate your soul, it's toxic to do so. And Kali Ma is saying, do you trust her enough to liberate you the way you want to liberate yourself? That's so beautiful. And again, to peace, to light. All this had to happen to show you. Let's look at other oracle cards. You have the green mandarin. I doubt it is a trigger statement. And true statement, there is hope. With fresh eyes, see the potential within this situation. Yeah. See the potential in this situation. You learned a lot about yourself. Hope. Trigger statement, I will not forget. I will not forget. That's a trigger statement. True statement, I open my heart. Release the suffering and take another step forward, sweet one. With each step, you will see more light and healing. Yes. Melissa, trigger statement, what is the point of it all? True statement, I am special. So you've really been hard on yourself. You have a unique place in this world with gifts and talents that only you can provide. Use your connection with the divine to share them. Yes. And some more oracle cards. You have no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. Again, you fill in the blank with that one. Play, have fun, celebrate. Don't be so serious. So get out of this funk, this reverse sun card funk. Like, you know, you're normally silly, goofy, talkative, out there, outgoing, social butterfly vibes I'm getting. And, you know, life of the party. And you haven't really been yourself lately. It's time to have fun, you know, dance a little bit. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? That makes a lot of sense that the sun card is here because you're a leader. Own that power. It's okay. We all have our off days, but don't let that off day take over your whole life. And we also have some self-care tips from Kawima. Connect with crystals. Crystals are good for healing, grounding, releasing, recharging. Pleasure. Again, stop being so hard on yourself. Stop being so serious, cranky pants. And have fun. Play. Positive affirmations. Stop this negative talk. You're not a bad person. You're human. And to be human means to err. That means to make mistakes sometimes. And staying in that past, it's very unhuman. It's unnatural. Nourish your temple. Again, with positive affirmations, connecting with nature, you need to water the thoughts, the positive thoughts, in order to grow. Sing. Sing, dance, and make a meal. And this is, notice how there's avocado, there's tomato, carrots, what is that, cheese, I think. But I'm pointing the foods out because what we eat is very important to how we feel. So if you're eating junk, you're gonna feel yucky. If you're eating fruits, vegetables, a nice balanced meal of nutritional value, you're gonna feel a lot better. You're gonna be vibing on a higher frequency. So be careful with what you are ingesting. Be careful with what you're listening to. Be careful with what you're saying. And yeah, like, it's time to get out of this funk, baby, and lead. You are supported, highly supported. You just have to surrender and call upon your angels, your ancestors. They will see you through because you are You're special. Anyways, that's all that I'm seeing for my pile 3. I hope that this reading has brought you some love, some clarity, some light. I do hope to see you again soon, but until next time, peace. Hey group 4, and welcome to your reading. We're going to begin with your tarot cards first, and then we're going to pull some oracle cards for you. So let's begin. The very first card that you received was the Chariot in reversed, the Knight of Coins upright, and the 8 of Cups also upright. Okay, so right off the bat, what I'm picking up on is this imbalance here with the Chariot card in reverse. The Chariot is all about working with polarities and having the inner strength to, harness that kind of responsibility and power. But with the Chariot here in reverse, I feel like there's a strong imbalance here where it's completely taken over you and you're just smothered in these rough waters, I should say. That's what it feels like. Or you should feel, like, I got this. No matter the challenges or obstacles that one must face when they go down this journey, you just feel like overwhelmed, completely taken overboard. But Kalima is coming through stating that if you give her a chance, if you're willing to work with her, she can guide you to where you need to be. For very many of you, this feels like a spiritual journey, like a spiritual path, a higher calling. This could be like working with your intuition, learning how to harness your intuition, spiritual gifts, being a light worker. But this, I feel like if that's the case, then this would make a lot of sense, where you're feeling like you don't have a sense of direction. That's a great way to say it. You don't have a sense of direction, and therefore you just feel completely overwhelmed. But the thing is, with her guidance, you will find your footing. This can be finding a mentor. This can be finding a group of friends even that speaks and teaches spirituality. This is could be networking. But the process is not going to happen overnight. Is definitely coming through here strongly. It's not going to happen overnight. If you're expecting, bing, 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 like lightning, that's not gonna, no. You see this cow? You see this cow? Like, first of all, it's looking at us. It's not, there is no rush here. It's not like the Knight of Swords. This is the Knight of Coins, where it's very precarious, calculated, but it's fruitful. This energy is everlasting in the sense where you're not gonna rush in and then feel, when something occurs, you feel like you're taken under again. This is happening for your highest and greatest good, and it's happening to reap the rewards that you sow. Especially with this 8 of Cups here. Cups is all about leaving all that you ever knew behind in order to journey through this like other world. that you may not be so certain of. But you are guided here, especially with this moon. This moon is screaming out to me of like, you're guided, you're protected, you're looked after. You don't have to worry about it. And it's so funny because we started off with, you know, these jagged, crazy water, and now we're here where it's like sand, you know, sand. And so now you're like, Kalima wants to take you where you can put your foot on the ground, and you don't feel like you have to need these things to make you feel secured. You don't need a chariot. You don't need a cow. You yourself is all that you need. That's what's coming. You don't need these things. That's what's coming through here for very many of you. I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit, like your intuition enough credit. And also, and with this Eight of Cups, it's like you're gonna harness and you're gonna grow that confidence. But I feel like if you're tuning in and you intuitively pick this pile, you may be the kind of person that doubts your intuition, your powers, your gifts, and that's why you feel so like under the currents, and you feel like you don't really have like a sense of direction because you're not really listening to the parts of you, your higher self, your inner knowing. You're kind of relying on these other resources to give you the answers that you've been blessed with already. Some of us in this world, especially when it comes to spirituality, they have to study. And some don't even get as far as others. But then there's others that it's just like they're born this way with natural abilities. And I feel like you're one of those people. Let's get closer look at your oracle cards. You have cilantro, trigger statement. This is not the way it is supposed to be. True statement, I am free. And this card is all about letting go. The message says, lift up your burdens and allow the divine to free you from them. Allow yourself to be cleansed of anything that is weighing you down. Interesting. The Chariot here with you being taken under can also be interpreted as you being cleansed. Water has a lot of healing. This could be like a baptism of some sort. Very interesting. You also have faith, spike nard. Trigger statement, why does this always happen to me? True statement, I am at peace. Know that everything will work out as it needs to, and hold a space of gratitude as you watch the miracles unfold. And with this Knight of Coins here, it's coming. It's just in the horizon, but it's coming. Maybe too far, you can't really see it, but it's there. You gotta, like, it's this Knight of Coins here. You see how it's looking at us? It's not looking, you know, where it's supposed to be looking at us. It's stopped and looked at us. And where your third eye would be, it has like this big coin on it. It's coming. It's just, you have to believe that everything will be okay. Always remember that, especially if you are a natural manifester, your thoughts are very, very powerful. So if you're going to keep thinking negative thoughts, negativity is going to keep manifesting in your life. You have to speak positive affirmations. Be optimistic. You also have wild orange. Trigger statement, there is not enough. True statement, I attract abundance. This is the card of good fortune. Feel the joy you would have once you have reached your goals here and now. You will achieve your dreams fastest that way. And that explains the Knight of Coins. Why it's so slow. It's slow because of your unwavering faith, your unwavering sense of direction. See, we have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? How can you mother yourself? Interesting. Enter the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Yeah. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? What are you clinging on to that's making you like feel you're being suffocated, lost, that you can't move forward into this phase? Let's see, messages from Kali Ma. 30, Nitya Kali. I'm sorry, I may have butchered that. I know I butchered this, so sorry. That's 30. I'm going to read the messages out of the book for these. 31, Chamunda. And 44, wow, it's beautiful. Bahavattarini. Yep. Look at that. Beautiful card. I'm going to read the messages from the book for these cards. She calls us away from the world to journey inwards where a path of sacred introversion beckons. Turning within may feel natural or unfamiliar, but in journeying within you will gain energy, insight, and freedom from the constraints of what has been. Allow that which needs to end to do so. You shall realize you are not being denied but released. There is something new on the horizon. Honor your losses, but keep hope in your heart for what is meant to be. And we spoke all about that. And I get this feeling of a journey here, where in this one you felt like you really didn't have a sense of direction. That's because it wasn't for you. And Kali Ma is saying, let that go. It's not for you. This is where you're destined to be. Her unerring instinct for spiritual protection arises spontaneously, even when we do not realize we need it. Sometimes we don't realize just how far we've become entangled in that which is not good for us. We do not realize we need Kali's powerful intervention. Knowing what to allow and what to fight for or against requires wisdom. Holding the space for an inner or outer conflict to be resolved involves discipline. Chamunda is the fearlessness, wisdom, patience, and discipline needed to conquer a difficult situation. She is with you now. Interesting. So this may very well be connections to other people that's making you like drown and not journey the path that you were destined to journey. The Tantric priestess of karmic release manifests with the capacity to integrate higher divine energy into even the most stubborn patterning that has so far resisted healing. When momentum is building and you don't know how to stop fueling the fire or reverse the damage, she appears. Her presence indicates that this is a powerful time for spiritual work and healing practices. She will support the work, and much growth can come from it, particularly at this time. No matter how wild they may seem, the storms of your life shall be gentled. You shall emerge unharmed. And this makes so much sense for this card. You will remain unharmed. Wow. Wow. That's a beautiful message. The ways of Kali Ma, I tell ya. Thank you, Kali Mom. I'm gonna also bring out some self-care advice from Kali Mom. Intuition. You are spiritually intuitive, and you need to stop doubting it. You need to let go of the karmic relationships, let go of the cycles, let go of the toxic patterns. Like, stop being stubborn because it's gonna happen no matter what. And so yeah, intuition. You got intuition. Look for fairies. Beauty ritual. Make an altar. Interesting. This may be an offering right there. Kali Ma directly asking you, like, hey, got your back. Make an altar. And chanting. Very, very beautiful reading. Very. Well, group 4, this was your reading. This is all that I'm seeing from my pile. Group 4. I do hope and pray that this reading has brought you some love and clarity and light. I do hope to see you again soon, but until next time, stay safe, blessed,